Hi everyone, this is Emily. In this recording, we're going to be working on basic hydrolysis of esters. You'll see in another recording I did that I talked about acidic hydrolysis, and these are both a little bit different between esters. Because with acidic hydrolysis, you're basically just putting in water, and with basic hydrolysis, we're also hydrolyzing it, but the big thing we're putting in is this NaOH. So that's what we want to look at here. And we're going to go ahead and add that to this ester. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So with this one, I told you when you're breaking the bond, or I told you in the acidic recording, that when you're breaking the bond, it doesn't matter which side of the oxygen you separate it on, but this one does matter. What you want to do is you want to keep both of these oxygens, you want to keep them together. So when we break it, I'm going to break it where the oxygen is kept with this other one. And you'll see why in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and redraw this and draw my two parts. So this is going to be one side. And then here's that carbon by itself. So that's going to be my second side. So what I'm doing here is I'm really just wanting to add this NaOH to my compound, to both of these pieces. So you always put your your NaOH, that's always going to go with the side that doesn't have these oxygens. So that's where your OH is going to go. Okay, so I'm going to put it with this carbon group. Okay, and then what's left is we have this Na right here. And what's important to know is when you separate this OH from that Na becomes positive. Because that OH, since that's a negative ion, when they were bound together, they neutralized each other, but when they're separated, they get their charges back. So since OH is no longer there, Na is going to be positive. All right, and if we look over at this oxygen, because this oxygen lost this carbon right here, it's going to turn into a negative because it just lost something that was keeping it stable. So now it's going to have this negative charge right here. So what's going to happen is, because this Na is now positive and this oxygen is now negative, these two are going to combine together. Okay, so I'm going to redraw it here. Alright, so then your new compound is going to look like this. So we're not going to worry about this anymore. But this is going to be one of our final products here. Okay, and then a big thing here is to know that negative and positive, because we have that makes this a salt. Okay, and this one specifically, this is a carboxylate salt. Okay, because we have that C double bond O in there. Okay, so the two products we're going to get from basic hydrolysis of an ester, so you're going to get an alcohol, which is the COH, and then a carboxylate salt, which is this O minus Na plus that we see down here. Okay, if you want more help with this, you can always come to my SI sessions. My students know what times these are, but if you're not sure like what times they are during the week, you can always look at the SI schedule on the website. Thanks, guys.